Hi everyone, it's Melissa with Wise Woman Healing. I hope you're all doing well this morning. It is 5:13 in the morning where I am right now, and talking about what we're going to try for this week and some other things. And I just wanted to, I'm nervous. I'm not nervous. It's been a wild last few days. Just a lot of stress and activity at the house. And my husband and I were sitting down praying the other day. Pray with your spouse. It's very important to have an active prayer life with your spouse. And through our prayers, the Lord showed us that there is a spirit over America right now of disgruntlement because of the election and how it's permeating into the homes of people. It has permeated into our home. And so we sat and prayed against it. And hold on. I'm having some issues with my tripod or camera stand this morning. Parts of it are wobbly and there's no way that I can tighten it. I don't understand what that is. But anyway, so we were praying against it, and it's something that it's important to do. It's important to sit down and recognize, I don't really normally feel a particular way. Why am I feeling this way? Why are things so difficult? Why am I emotional? And especially if you're an empath, you can pick up on other people's emotions and it'll affect you. And you have to really actively put up shields of protection, hedges of protection, pray for protection. Just, walk away, isolate yourself if you need to. A lot of empaths are introverts naturally because we just get tired of feeling other people's feelings. So we have our feelings to manage, and we have other people's feelings to reject and get rid of, and it's a lot. It's a lot of house cleaning spiritually and emotionally. And so we were praying about that, and then I just ran across something popped up in my feed. There used to be a very famous New Ager. And this individual has written books. They've done oracle cards. They've done angel healing cards, blah, blah, all the things. And we're talking about a popular celebrity who had a talk show. And that person has fled the country. Probably the smartest thing they've ever done. But the other person was talking about all the demonic stuff that was on their show in the form of New Age. And then I went to look at their account and saw 10 things that you should take out of your house, blah. And then, I can tell immediately. To me, it's like this person went from one cult situation, New Age, to another. And I don't want to say a specific Christian group, but it's a very popular form of Christianity. It's very flashy. And to them, everything is demonic. Everything. And I was part of that for a while. And I was one of the people that would have been sitting there to a certain extent saying, this is demonic, that's demonic, get rid of this, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, when my husband and I were involved in the deliverance ministry, everything is demonic. Everything has a spirit attached to it, blah, blah, all this stuff. And it's just, it's, control, fear-based control. And some of the things that she said was valid, but there are some that, she said, if you have crystals in your house and you're using them for healing, then they're an idol. I'm thinking, really? You have pills in your house for healing? Are those idols? If you have over-the-counter pain relievers, if you have prescription pain relievers, you're believing in them to heal you instead of the power of Jesus Christ. But nobody talks about that unless, you're on a doctor TV show and they really want to portray you as a quack. Then, you say, but you're taking prescribed medicines, and isn't that quackery? So it's, I just was looking for a book. I feel like all I do is throw books at you guys. Hold on. Oops. If it's nearby, I was going to try and grab it because I was throwing things around yesterday looking for something. Hang on. Okay, I found it. And for those of you out there who say, "Oh, you're turning the way the camera's turned, everything's reversed." I'm going to try and turn the camera when I get done so that you can see the book in its entirety. But it's called Pharmakeia, A Hidden Assassin. It's by Dr. Anna Mendez Farrell. Okay, now the covers might be different, but I thought that was a very powerful cover. And you notice how people always put these wings on this? The original, and you'll notice that the bishops in the Orthodox Christian Church carry it. And so this symbol is a symbol of healing. And when it has wings on it, it's for, like you'll see it on, it's for military medical symbol like MASH or, because they're flying their patients around. I'm pretty sure it's to indicate that they're flying around in their helicopters and airplanes transporting patients. But you'll see it on the news stories because it's not the original symbol of healing. The original symbol of healing is if you take these snakes and you scooch them up and you have them on either side of the staff. So remember in the Old Testament, when the Israelites are going through the desert and they're complaining and the Lord sends serpents to bite them. And then he gives a staff for Moses to hold up that has this symbol on it. So that he holds the staff up, and if you look on the staff, you'll be healed. So that's a healing staff. And the bishops in the Orthodox Church, some of them have this healing staff. Okay. And so what does the world do? It distorts the imagery of God. And so this is the first book that I personally read about spiritual warfare in medicine and healing. And I read this thing so many years ago, I can't even remember when I bought it. It is 10 or 15 years old in my possession. It was copyrighted in 2011. So, yeah. So the contents are: God wants to open our eyes, the mental structures of sickness and its cure, the spiritual aspect of conventional medical science, how the pharmaceutical industry operates, an organized world system. The answer is in God, God's fortified castle, the tree of life and the wisdom of God, how to increase our faith and stop taking medicine. So this book, you might find it controversial. Let's see. So I can't see if you're getting this image, but it is Hygeia with Asclepius. Hygeia, her image is always accompanied by a serpent coiled to her arm, drinking from a bowl. The symbol is everywhere in hospitals and pharmacies, together with that of Asclepius, to further certify her relationship with occultism. In some countries, such as Germany, a druid rune was added to the pharmaceutical symbol. Serpent with a bowl. Okay. There's serpent with a bowl. So this is why, I get upset when people talk about crystals and essential oils as being demonic. It really burns my butter because it's lies from the enemy. And there are, it's like elephants are gray things, but not all gray things are elephants. There are plenty of Christian or people out there who call themselves Christians who aren't. And I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just saying that churches get infiltrated all the time with fake Christians. Every organization does. And so, people really get on the Catholic Church about all the child abuse that has happened, and well, they should. But here's the idea behind that is, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this or not, but I spent several years learning and teaching self-defense and empowerment for women and children. And what I learned a great many things, but one of them is abusers always go to where there's prey. Just like, if you're an animal in the wild and you need to drink, you have to go to the watering hole if it's the only source of water around, but you're going to meet predators. If you're a predator and you want access to children, what are you going to do? You're going to go where the children are. If that means, and I'm not saying all priests are predators. I'm trying to say not all priests are predators, but some of them are. And predators become school teachers. They become Sunday school teachers. They become priests. They become pastors. They become youth leaders. They become Boy Scout leaders. They become Girl Scout leaders so they can have access to children. So it's not that the Catholic Church is condoning this. And I know that they have done a really good job of CYA, covering themselves and covering things up. That was wrong of them. I agree. But I don't want you to sit there and say that I'm supporting this heinous act. What I'm saying is that we have to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. And not everything is connected to the demonic realm. There is plenty of, the things that we are exalting in America. Formal education is only 100 years old or so. I mean, think of Little House on the Prairie, the little schoolhouse on the prairie. That's 100, maybe 100 plus years old, but it's not that old. It's not that old. My grandmother was a child when her parents came over from Russia. And so she went to school, did not know how, she was a German from Russia, did not know how to speak English, was sent back to her house. And her parents with a note saying, teach this child English and she can come back to school. But a lot of times, until about 100 years ago, most people were teaching their children how to read at home. Okay. It wasn't this public education thing, but now, 100 years later, if you're homeschooling your children, you're seen as subversive to society. 100 years ago, 150 years ago, people were using 100 years ago. How far back is Rockefeller? Rockefeller came along and messed up natural medicine, folk healing, folk medicine, calling healing elixirs, snake oil. There's this huge, now it's this term everybody's using, even in modern times. Oh, he's a snake oil salesman. He's a snake oil salesman. And some of them were illegitimate cures and methods of healing, but some of them were spot on. But just like today, if they're not getting money from it, they're going to call it something scary. So when I was watching that other person's channel, it did kind of bother me that she would call so many things demonic witchcraft. And it goes right in line with, I think it's so funny. I escaped from that mentality and have come to folk healing. She escaped New Ageism and went to this very strict brand of Christianity, Protestantism. And I'm very, very careful not to have deities, not to do ancestor work, not to, I don't read Eckhart Tolle. I don't read the New Age books. I read the ancient fathers, the fathers of the ancient church. I read my Bible. I read the Psalter. It's very, I'm very, very careful what I do. And still there's going to be people that are going to say, what I'm doing is wrong. That's fine. Whatever. Just like, and it was like 15 minutes of me telling you and setting you up. And, if you're still here, thank you. Please like and subscribe to the channel, help it to grow. But today I'm going to talk about what we're going to try for. Okay. And in folk healing, we look at the cycles of the moon and we try to heal within those cycles. If it's not an emergency, then what we'll do, just a little explanation, what we'll do is we will look to the moon phase and determine between the moon phase and the astrology sign and body part, what part of the body is best to work for during this time. Right now, we are in a waning moon cycle until the new moon on the 30th of November. Okay, and a new moon means it's 0% illumination. It's neither waning, which means diminishing, or waxing, which means growing. So let's take a look at that, shall we? And I'm just giving a little update there for if there's new people that are coming in that don't know what we're doing. I just want to give a little bit of an explanation. Okay. So what we're gonna today is what is today? Today is Friday the 22nd. Okay, but we're gonna start talking about. Well, we can start with today. So today is today and tomorrow and Sunday. The moon is in Virgo. And because we're in a waning moon, which means things that are underneath and hidden and unseen, we would do healing, internal healing or unseeable healing. Okay. Something you would drink, maybe a deeper tissue massage. So it's bowels. So if you're having, if something's stuck, you want to work on that. If it's been a while since you've gone number 2, then you might want to look at and research laxatives and how to use them, a gentle tea, maybe a massage down there, something to help get things going, or maybe you need to go to the doctor and get something looked at. So then on Monday the 25th and Tuesday the 26th, it's Libra, so that's kidneys. So during the moon cycle of the month, it's, we start at we start with the head and we work our way down. What that is Aries. And so now at this part of the moon phase and the astrology going by, we are now at the kidneys. So there's a figure out there, and it's in, if you're new and you've not done this before, the Farmer's Almanac is a great resource. It has an image in here called the Zodiac Man. And the Zodiac Man tells you what the body parts look like and what you're going to be working on. Hold on. That is the Zodiac Man. That's what I'm working with. Okay. And you can see it starts out with Aries, head and face. Taurus is the neck. Gemini is the arms. Cancer, the breasts. Leo, the heart. Virgo, the bowels. Libra, the kidneys, or it'll say reins. Scorpio it's called the secrets, which is genitals. Sagittarius is thighs. Capricorn is knees. Aquarius is legs, and Pisces is feet. Okay. And so we go from Virgo to Libra, which are the kidneys. And then on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, the moon is in Scorpio, and we are working with genitals. And then Sagittarius, on the 30th, we are working with the thighs. Okay. And next week, On the 28th is Thanksgiving Day in America, and some of you are going to have 4 days off. I hope some of you will come to my channel and hang out and binge watch my channel. That would be great. That would be great. Come on by and binge watch my channel. So the book recommendations are Pharmakeia, A Hidden Assassin. So that will, I mean, especially after everything that we've gone through since 2019, it's time to take a good hard look at what we're believing in, what we're putting our money toward, why we're putting our money toward it. The healthcare system in America is broken, and I'm not talking, I will never be an advocate of free healthcare because just look at, you can research online the trouble of free healthcare in other countries, and there are piled up horror stories. Nor do I think that healthcare should be for profit. And I do look at the Chinese traditional medicine models and think maybe that's something that should be looked into more. And I hope that President Trump will assign somebody. I know that RFK Jr. is, the health person. I don't really know all the things that he believes about healthcare, except for like at 70 years old, he works out and he looks pretty healthy from the outside. But I would certainly like to see more traditional Chinese medicine or any traditional healing practice be acknowledged and supported. And there's just what I'm trying to say is that there's so much programming that you and I have been through with television and media that supports big pharma, it supports the oil industry. I don't in general have an issue with the oil industry. I still think it's better than wind farms and then electric cars. Sorry, Elon Musk, but electric cars are a freaking nightmare on the environment, and so are windmills. You guys are going to have to look it up. If you don't believe it, don't come at me. Do some research. Learn how to do critical thinking, okay? But anyway, I am rambling, and I apologize. So come against and pray off the spirit of disgruntlement or being disgruntled, disappointment, that sort of thing. Because, there's still a lot of whining going on. I saw an ad the other day for a cruise ship tour that it's a 4-year thing. It costs $40,000 a year. You can avoid the Trump administration. Come to our cruise ship. We won't go to America. We'll go everywhere but America. Go have fun on your cruise ship. You could not pay me to be on a cruise ship with a bunch of whiny liberals right now. It would be like my version of Gehenna. So anyway, I know I haven't done a video in a week, and here I am going meow, meow, meow. But there I am. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Let me know. Chime in comments. How are you doing? How can I pray for you? All right. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his light to shine upon you now and ever and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I love you guys. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon.